Welcome to Pacific Praise. It's my special privilege to introduce to you Esther Elliot, a youth communicator for Equippers Church. Esther, thanks for joining us. Where do you come from and what village are you affiliated with?
Okay, well, it's really good to be on the show today. I'm Fijian, and so I come from the beautiful, beautiful islands of Fiji. My village in Fiji is Sawakasa in Korovau, and my mum's village is Natongandrabu in Nosori, and both of those villages are in the Tailevu province. So that's where I come from. Myself and my older brothers, we were all born in Fiji, but after the 1987 coup, our family, we all migrated to New Zealand. So most of our schooling has been done here in New Zealand, in Auckland. My parents really wanted a better future for us. They wanted to give us an upbringing, a life, and I guess opportunities that possibly Fiji and the education there may not have been able to give us. So we first moved to Morningside in Auckland and stayed there for a little while. But then the church we were going to, which was a Fijian Methodist church in Mount Eden, they had the church owned a house just opposite the church, and we were allowed to live there for very, very cheap rent considering Mount Eden rates. So we were allowed to live in this beautiful villa in Mount Eden. So my grandfather, he was a Methodist pastor, and he looked after quite a few churches in Fiji. So we grew up going to church every Sunday. That was the norm. Every Sunday, there's no playing, there's no television. It was quiet, and it was a sacred day. That's the way we knew Sundays to be. And Sunday was about going to church, and it was about meeting with people and Sunday school and all of those things. That's kind of how we grew up. My dad actually grew up a Catholic, but he didn't really practice Catholicism. When he and my mum got married, he started coming to the Methodist church like we did.
Was there any sense of blessing that you felt as a child growing up with parents with a faith? Absolutely.
Growing up, it wasn't easy. My mum is an incredible woman of faith. She's spirit-filled and loves the Word of God. But my dad's faith, I don't think it was a faith. As I look back now, I don't think it was a faith that was his own. I think he possibly was. He grew up in a faith where that's just what you do. You just go to church and you do the thing, and it's routine, and it's quite formulaic. And so because of that, the way we grew up, it was a little bit confusing for me and for my brothers, because we'd go to church every Sunday, and my mum loved the Lord, and we'd hear these awesome sermons, and we'd learn these great lessons in Sunday school. But when we got home, the story was a different story. My dad, although he was a great dad, and we knew that he loved us, he was a really angry man, and he would be very quick to be angry, and it would just be one little thing, and this anger would explode out of him, and it would land on my mum, and it would land on my brothers, and it would land on myself, and it wasn't nice at all. And this would happen regularly. It would happen all the time. And as a kid, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand how I can go to church every Sunday and learn about this God that my parents know, that I'm supposed to know, and then come home and my life be so different. And so I was really I really battled with that as a kid, and unfortunately I learned how to pretend. Really, I learned how to go to church and put a smile on my face and act like a Christian. But I didn't know God at all. I was broken. I felt rejected. I felt lied to. I felt unloved, and I couldn't understand how my home life could be one way, and how as I walk outside or as I hear about this God, it could be a different way. So although my parents' faith, it really has been a blessing. It is one of the things that helped bring me through adolescence and childhood. But at the same time, I did have to fight my own battles. I did have to find God for myself. I did have to walk through things. And I'm so thankful of both of my parents for their faith. But at the same time, I can't live with someone else's faith. It just doesn't work like that. I had to find my own. So, yeah.